Hey, welcome back to edtech by Meera, and in today's tutorial, that is Python beginner tutorial, we are going to learn how to build a temperature converter from Celsius to Fahrenheit and vice versa using Python 3. So we all know the formula of Celsius to Fahrenheit, Fahrenheit to Celsius. If you don't know, you'll learn it here. So first you need to define Celsius to Fahrenheit first, the conversion, with the parameter of Celsius, meaning what? You'll be converting from Celsius to Fahrenheit. So you call that function Celsius to Fahrenheit with the parameter of Celsius, where you're fed Celsius. So what do you return in this function? You return the formula, right, for conversion, which is from Celsius to Fahrenheit, which is from Celsius multiplied by 9 upon 5 plus 32. That's the formula for the conversion. So you define Celsius to Fahrenheit conversion first, then you define conversion from Fahrenheit to Celsius using with the parameter of Fahrenheit, because you are fed with Fahrenheit first and then you're converting it to Celsius. So here you'll be returning, again, use the appropriate formula for the conversion from Fahrenheit to Celsius, which is Fahrenheit minus 32 multiplied by 5 divided by 9. So this is just a formula which you're supposed to know. If you don't know, just Google. It's very easy to gather. Okay, so you've defined both the conversions formula. So first formula was Celsius to Fahrenheit. Then the second one, the formula was from Fahrenheit to Celsius. So you define both of the conversions. Then after that, you do the while true loop as usual. And then for this format, for this project rather, you can use the format of the previous one that we just did last week. So you will see that as you keep on doing Python projects, many of the templates, the formats are the same. Like first you define something, some functions, then return something, then after that you do the while true loop, then the if-elif loop, and so on and so forth. So for the under the while true loop, you have to build options, right? Because you need to know what options the user has in converting. Like for example, it could be Celsius to Fahrenheit, it could be Fahrenheit to Celsius. So keep a choice number or an option number like we did in the previous tutorial. So here you can apply the same formula here, the coding here. So option equals integer, then input, enter your option. The backslash n is for the new line, you know that already. So give the option of 1 for conversion from Celsius to Fahrenheit, new line, then 0.2 for conversion from Fahrenheit to Celsius, new line again. Do you have any more options? Maybe you can give an option for breaking, for break or exit. So give that, and that's not important for this, but you can give. I'm giving it here. So point number 2, Fahrenheit to Celsius. Quite simple, right? This is the simplest of the projects for Python beginners. That really easy. Yeah. So I give option number 3 for exit, if you want to stop conversions. So point number 3, exit. So this is the option. So first you give these 3 options and let the user decide and pick one. Yeah, because he may not have all the options, or he may have all the options. That depends. So come out of the loop, and then okay, now you do the if else loop. So the same like last time. So easy and so cool, right? If you can do projects like this, hundreds of projects, then you don't even have to Google. You don't need to study much. Yeah, the pattern will be more or less similar. That's the idea of making you do so many projects which are easier for you to understand, and then you can do the more complex one. So if option equal to 1, so how do you explain the Celsius? Because this Celsius variable value is the one which will store the values which are provided as Celsius from the user. And float, why? Because temperature can be decimal, right? So float input, enter the temperature in the Celsius, so prompting the user to give the value in Celsius. And then what is the computer going to print out? The temperature in Fahrenheit. Why? Because you provided in Celsius, computer is going to convert that into the Fahrenheit and then return you the value of the converted value of the conversion in Fahrenheit. So the temperature in Fahrenheit is, remember that's a string statement, comma, the variable will be the value of the variable, which is cells, Fahrenheit, Celsius. This is what we had defined earlier as a function in the top. If you remember, continue with the next option. So elif, if option equal to 2, so remember that was a vice versa from Fahrenheit to Celsius. So here you will have to explain what is Fahrenheit variable, what variable is it storing, what values are stored in this Fahrenheit. So here the values will be stored which are generated by the user while inputting the temperatures in Fahrenheit. Simple from the name itself. So give the names of variables and functions that are easy to understand as part of the logic of the project. Enter the temperature in Fahrenheit. So that is your Fahrenheit variable holding and storing the values of all the input values of the temperature in Fahrenheit. And then what will the computer do in return? The computer gonna print out the converted temperature in Celsius, because you fed it Fahrenheit. The job of the computer is to convert it to Celsius. It's converting, right? It's a temperature converter. So the temperature in Celsius is a string statement, comma, the variable. So that will be Fahrenheit to Celsius and parameter Fahrenheit. Why? Because you're giving it as Fahrenheit. So the parameter will be Fahrenheit. Very simple. Like really, really simple. I could solve this in 1 or 2 minutes. It's so simple. You can solve it in your head, save for the formula. Just need to copy the formula from Google if you forget the formula of the conversion. That's it. Coding wise, it's the simplest. Logical wise also, it's really the simplest of all the Python projects as far as I felt when I was learning and still learning Python, the advanced version. Okay, so the last option is else. So if elif, if choice 1, if option 1, then elif option 2, then last will be else. Remember the choice 3, option 3 was for quitting or exiting. So in the else, just break. But before breaking, just write a statement like, do you want to exit or do you want to quit? Whatever you want to write, or I want to quit, that's up to you, and then the break. And then it's done already. So in order to do this, all we need to do was define both Celsius to Fahrenheit conversion, Fahrenheit to Celsius conversion, did the while true loop, and inside that we explained the 3 options and mentioned it for prompting the user. Then we considered the if, elif, else loop, whereby the user is prompted to select the different options, and then we test it out. There you go. When you're testing, I'm given, you can see this, enter your option so and so, 1, 2, 3, enter the temperature in Celsius. If I press 1, there you go, it's converted to Fahrenheit. So quick. 37 to 98.6. Then again, vice versa, enter the choice 2 from Fahrenheit to Celsius, 13.333. So that's quite cool. Then last one is exit. If I press 3, quit already. So make sure that you smash the subscribe button if you want to do loads and loads of Python beginner tutorials, and smash the subscribe button before you go. See you in the next. Do not forget to subscribe.